What's up, hockey think tankers? Welcome to another Short Shifts episode sponsored by Skate Tech. In case you didn't know, Skate Tech skate sharpening and equipment repair brings you NHL quality service at an affordable retail price. With over 24 years of sharpening equipment customizing experience, Skate Tech serves as your personal equipment manager, providing the highest quality skate sharpening, blade profiling, team uniforms, and equipment alterations available on the market today. Let Skate Tech help you take your on-ice performance to the next level with the edge of pros trust. Check them out at skatetechsharpening.com.
What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Happy Short Shifts Day. If you're listening to this not on Wednesday, we appreciate you guys so much. We can't wait to get going today. I got 10 minutes on the clock. Jeffrey Jehu Levecchio has no idea what the topic is going to be, but should he choose to accept this challenge, we will go on a magic carpet ride together for 10 minutes with you guys. Jeffrey, are you ready?
I accept the carpet ride, sir.
All right, sounds good. Okay, I want to know from you. I am a big believer that pre-practice ice and post-practice ice is extremely important if you want to be great at what you do. Pre-practice ice and post-practice ice. So first, I love players that are first guy on, last guy off. First girl on, last girl off. So I wanted to ask you, you've had the opportunity to play at the professional level. Whether it's yourself or watching what other people are doing, I've been able to coach at the Division I level, coached a lot of players that have gone on to play at the highest levels of this game. Like, what, if you had any advice for a player out there who is a first person on, last person off type person? I need to get my reps in before practice starts, after practice ends. What kind of advice would you give to those players?
Oh, I love this question. All right, because I talk about this in GMA, or Give More Advising, that we started up last year and we'll be doing again this year. Number one, assuming that if you have pre-practice and post-practice ice, you're not 9 years old, because they get on and get off, right? So you're probably a little bit older of a player, maybe midgets, maybe juniors, college, pro, something like that. Number one, take what you see on your video, take notes in a notebook or your phone. Before you get on the ice, read the notes. So many players watch video and then they think about it and then it's gone. They don't intentionally go into practice, or whether they are, able to find ways to build in what they need to be working on from what they're seeing on their video into a practice, or, which is even easier, going out there early, staying out there late, and working on the things individually in your game that you are seeing. Right? Yes, you can work on like team systems and stuff like that in practice, like that. The time to work on those really is not on your individual time where you're getting out there by yourself. Like, you want to break down the things in the team systems that you aren't able to do well, which, for instance, you're not breaking the puck out well. Your percentages of clean breakouts, whether you're a defenseman, a center, a winger, they're not where they need to be. Okay, watch the video. Why? What's happening? Dissect the video. Have somebody who knows what they're doing with video dissect it for you. Hey, look at your routes. You're shortening your routes every single time. You're not getting deep enough. You're too close to the boards, which only allows you to go to the middle of the ice. You can't have the ability to go either way if you need to, which is making it so that you're not creating passing lanes. You're not open. You're not creating the lanes where then you can pass it to somebody else. You're not giving yourself options. Okay, you go out on the ice, you grab a coach, you grab a teammate, and you work on those over and over and over before the whole team gets out there or after. Like, you're breaking down the things that you're seeing on video that you are not doing well, and then you're going out there and working on them. Also, the things you're doing really, really well that are keeping you in the lineup, that are keeping you in your spot. Brandon Naranjo, head coach at University of Michigan, was just in my gym last week and a visit here in St. Louis, and brought him into the gym. And after hanging out with him for a bit, he talked to my junior group, and he's unbelievably dialed with these types of things, breaking down the game, working on the small things in the game. And you guys, you have to do this stuff at the higher levels of hockey. You absolutely have to do this stuff. Practicing with the team is not enough. NHL players now, they do so much individual work on the littlest, tiniest details of the game that are allowing them to play in the NHL. and they do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So that would be my biggest advice. Don't just go out there to work on things that and do just random things. Do things that you individually need to be better at, and also continue to work on the things. Maybe that's a before practice, and then an after practice thing is where you have fun and you work on the things that you're really good at.
Yeah. And just be intentional.
Be intentional. Have to.
Yeah. I think to add on to what you talked about there, I think that choose one thing or one or two things, and that's it. If you go out and you do 10 minutes of one thing, and then the next day 10 minutes of another thing, and then the next day 10 minutes of another thing, and then another day 10 minutes of another thing, you're really not accomplishing much. You want to work on that same thing and get the reps over and over and over to help build the habit and the muscle memory and all that kind of stuff, right? And so whether it's your shot that you need to work on, maybe you're like an Ovechkin, I got to work on my one-timer from this spot. Boom, let's shoot 100 pucks from that spot. That's going to move the needle. Hey, I want to work on my cutbacks. I want to work on my edges. Boom, 10 minutes on cutbacks and edges. We've had people on here who've talked about Kucherov and Nicholas Backstrom taking rims, hundreds of rims, and then getting the puck off the wall and making a play with it. So have a plan, but if you want to develop something, it's got to be that same something. You know what I mean?
Dude, I've watched John Lounsbury from 11 Hockey and Adam Oates separately. When they've been in St. Louis working with NHL players that they work with at least 10 to 20 times. And they do the same thing for 30 straight minutes. And I'm talking about the littlest detail. Puck gets cycled down in the corner. You cut back, you backhand sauce it to the soft area of the ice. I will watch Oates do that with players for literally 30 straight minutes. Two guys on the ice. They do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You can't even believe how many reps they're putting in on a little teeny tiny skill. Adam Oates is flying into St. Louis to work with NHL St. Louis Blues players, and I'm watching him do these types of things. The same drill for 20 minutes on an empty sheet of ice. They're not using the whole ice. They're working on one skill. It's been very eye-opening to see that the last few years with Lounsey.
And that's what the pre and post ice is for. Obviously, we want to have variability in practice and decision making and all those kinds of things. We're talking about pre post ice right now. I think another thing that I would say is map it out for the week. Write it down and check it off. So if you have a stall in your locker room, have a little journal or something that you tape up in your stall where you actually physically have to write down what you're going to do and then check it off after you do it. So 10 minutes pre-ice, I'm going to work on cutbacks, and then 10 minutes post ice, I'm going to work on one-timers from the dot or one-timers from the top of the circle. All right. After practice, we're going to go in, we're going to check those things off. So you're not aimlessly, like you said, aimlessly going out there. What am I going to do today? Let's be intentional about it. Let's hold ourselves accountable to it. And then I think the last thing is do it with somebody. Have an accountability buddy that you do it with, because you and I, Vex, both know if you're on the ice just by yourself, there's going to be a certain type of output. If you're out on the ice with another person, there's going to be another type of output. And so the kicker is if you can create a competition with it, with whatever you're doing. So maybe you are shooting one-timers. Okay, well, we're going to shoot 10 one-timers each from the top of the circle and for each rep. And we're going to do that 10 times. So we each shoot 100 pucks. And then the person who hits the net the most gets a Gatorade from the person who doesn't, something like that. So I would say do it with somebody too. So write it down, check it off, have a rhyme or a reason and a purpose. And then if you can create competition or do it with somebody, I think that also really helps.
100%. Got to create those competitions. Find a way. Could be in my example of them, cutting back, backhand sauce over something into the soft area. Could be you put a cone out there. You get 10 reps. However many times you hit the cone, that's how many points you get. Next guy goes, he does it. You keep score for before practice. Whoever loses at the end of, before practice starts, whoever loses, day's over, buy the other guy lunch, buy the other guy a coffee. Buy him a Snickers bar. I don't care what it is. Do something to compete. So you're bringing that level up even higher and you're going to have more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And just as an example, I think I talked talked about this at some point recently, but I went down to Columbus to work with the Blue Jackets youth organization, and the big Blue Jackets were there practicing. And so I go there, and Zach Werenski won the Norris last year, is on the ice 20 minutes before anybody else. And he's doing simple, getting pucks off the wall, the blue line, and shooting it into an empty net. Success leaves clues, guys. Like every player that I know that has gotten there, like pre-ice, post-ice, they're just doing things that other people aren't willing to do. It's the work that they put in. So thought this would be a fun one, Vex. There we go. Time's up.
Share the show.